Hi Snappers, this video is going along with your MadLibs project, slide 5. So we're going to work through together creating your very simple prototype of your MadLib. Now I know some of you may have already created your project and have done a few things. Others may not have created your project yet. So if you haven't yet created a project in Snap, if you have something displayed, come to your File menu and click New, and that will make a new project for you. Okay. The first thing is we're going to make sure that the scripts that we start to write with are in the stage. So I should just tell you, I'm going to show you a few things and then I'm going to have you pause and go do them yourself. So right now let's watch and I'll tell you when to pause and go do this on your own project. I'm going to click on the stage and I can see up here that my stage is selected. What I want to do is I want to start by writing a script of what happens when the user clicks the green flag. That hat block is in the control palette. Click on control on the palette. And it's in fact the very first block. I'm going to take when green flag is clicked and pull it over. Now, what do I want to have happen when the green flag is clicked? Well, it depends on my own MadLib. So go to your Google Doc. I'm going to go to my Google Doc. And I see here is my MadLib. Yours is going to be very different. But my MadLib, what I want to do when the user clicks the green flag is I want to ask them for the very first word I need. And for me, it's a name. For you, it may be a noun, it may be an adjective. So let's go back to Snap. I need to ask. That's in the blue sensing palette, and it's the blue ask block. I'm going to click that in. And what do I want to ask for? I'm going to say enter a name, space. Let's run the program and see what happens. Click the green flag. The stage asks me enter a name. I'm just going to enter my own name, Mrs. Steele. And then it's done. Okay, where did that value go that I entered? I'm going to grab this little reporter block. It's an oval, it's answer, and bring it over. I'm just going to bring it over into my scripting area and click on it and see in answer, it says what I typed in, Mrs. Steele. Pause me and go do the same steps for your MadLib. And of course, if you have any questions, ask me in class. Otherwise, come back and we'll do the next piece. Okay, we're back. The next thing we want to do is we need to save that answer that the user typed in so we can use it later. This is exactly when we use a variable. A variable is a place that we can save something and come back and get it later. Let's go to the variables palette. I'm going to make a new variable. And because I'm going to name this variable something meaningful, because the user entered a name for me, I'm going to name my variable name. If they entered an adjective for you, you might want to name your variable adjective or noun or verb, whatever is meaningful for you. I'm going to say okay to make the variable. Now I have a name variable. I can see it up here on my stage. Now I want to put a value into my variable to save it. To do that, that's what the set block is for. And I can say, well, what variable do I want to set? There's a drop-down menu, and I'm going to put name. Yours might be adjective, whatever you named your variable. What do I want to save in my variable? I want to save what the user had typed in. That's what answer is. So I can click this right here. All right, I'm going to run the program. Enter a name. This time I'll put, I don't know, Ms. Barnum. And notice what I entered is now saved in my variable. All right, pause me, go make your variable and set it. Of course, ask me if you have any questions and then come back. All right, welcome back. Our next step now is we want our sprite to say the very beginning of our MadLib. So I'm going to click on the sprite, make sure I'm in the scripts for the sprite, and I want the sprite to say something. This is part of the sprite's looks. So I'm going to go to the purple palette and I'm going to pick the simple say. I'm just going to drag it to the scripting area. If I click say, notice your sprite, the sprite says hello. I don't want it to say hello. I want it to say, let's go look at my MadLib. I wanted to say, please excuse whatever the name was that they typed in. I have things I want to put together, things I want to join. So go to the operator's palette, pick join, and bring that over into the say. What do I want it to say? For my MadLib, it needs to say, please excuse, and then what the person's name was that was entered in. Go back to variables. Here's my variable name. It has Ms. Barnum saved in it in this case. I'm going to put this in. Now I'm going to click on my say, and my sprite says the beginning of my MadLib. Please excuse Ms. Barnum. Pause me and go back and do this yourself. Welcome back. I realized while I was doing this video, I maybe should have made my blocks a little larger so you can see them. So I'm going to pause for a minute and come in here and zoom my blocks, make them a little bigger so that you can see them better. Okay, maybe that will be helpful on the video. All right, now the last piece is we need to connect the stage and the sprite. So the stage is getting the information from the user, setting it in the variable, and then the sprite is saying the MadLib. We need those two things to communicate together. So the stage needs to be able to say, hey sprite, it's time for you to say the MadLib. We do this using broadcast and receive. It's a pair of blocks that go together. So we'll go to the control palette, and I'm going to pick the broadcast, the simple broadcast. And I get to choose the name of my message to broadcast. Just like I chose the name for my variable, I want to make that message something meaningful. Well, what's communicating? I want the sprite to say a MadLib. So I'm going to make a new message, and I'm just going to call it say MadLib. Okay. So the stage is broadcast. It's like it's thrown out this message, say MadLib. And I'm going to go to the sprite and have it when I receive. It's a hat block. It's going to start the script, and it has to be the name. When I receive, say MadLib. So this is a way that we can connect or communicate between the stage and a sprite. Let's run our program. Enter a name. I'll do Mr. J this time. And notice our sprite is now saying the MadLib. Please excuse Mr. J. All right, go ahead, please. Go and do this yourself. Broadcast and receive. Ask me if you have questions. Come back when you're done. Welcome back. Our next step, if you haven't done this already, save your program. File, save. If you've saved it before, it will save it there, and then otherwise it will give you a chance to say your name. I've already saved this, so it didn't ask me. Great. You are now done with the steps of making your simple prototype. Go back to the stage. That was slide 5 in your Pear Deck. So come back to slide 5 and respond to this question. And then you're going to do something a little bit different. I want you to share this project with me so I can see it. So you're going to skip ahead through 6, 7, go to slide 8, watch this video, go to slide 9, finish this so that you share it and put the link in your Google Doc. Then go back to slide 6 and start here. You'll be building a simple user interface. As always, please, please, please ask me if you have any questions along the way. And I hope this was helpful to kind of step through those first things to build your simple prototype. All right, bye, Snappers.